Is that OSHA protocol right there? That's good. So in a video like middle winter, I showed this. This is, I don't remember what the brand name is. It's a grain cleaner though. And we put some different screens in it so we can clean our organic rye. And my dad actually finally sold some organic rye and we're cleaning the grain and my eyes are watering up so bad. Ugh. So these grain cleaners used to be really popular because a lot of farmers used to clean their own grain. And then when they started introducing seed traits, companies like Monsanto started patenting, getting trademarks on those seed traits, saying that you could buy them and plant them, but you couldn't replant them. So you couldn't clean your own grain and then replant it. So these kind of went out of existence for a while. This one's been in the back of our shed forever. And when we got this organic rye going, my dad pulled it back out, put some different screens in it, and yeah, so we can clean some grain. If I title this video what I have planned in my head at the moment, Monsanto will probably be clicking this video immediately as soon as it drops, but we're not doing anything wrong, I promise. All of our rye seed is stored in this grain cell at the moment. So in order to get it to the cleaner, we're just pulling these little wagons underneath our overhead bin, filling them up and taking them over to the grain cleaner. All sorts of messed up today. There you go. Your wish came true. He was hoping it would run out before he had to shut it off. If it works, but it's pretty cool. Dad, is that OSHA protocol right there? That's good. Alright, so roughly, how does this thing work?
Okay. Dump the grain in top. There's a hopper up in here. There's a metering rolling in here. That meters out a thin layer all the way across. And then I think there's suction. It sucks air through there. This tray drops it onto this big screen. And the bigger particles go to the back. They can't fall through the holes. They go to the back, fall out. The rye falls into here. This is full of little bitty screens. So the little seeds that aren't good or the cracked ones, they fall into here. So the rye's in the middle screen. It basically shakes itself to the back and falls off. Goes up the elevator and that's it.
Huh. Simple.
So I think in 80 years, the new screeners work. A lot of the new screeners work on the. I think they said this is the 40s model. I think the.
What is the brand?
It's a ferrule or a clipper.
Ferrule.
Clipper.
Huh.
Clipper brand, but it's made by the Ferrule company. So yeah. So I think I mean, now I think they use air tables, which I don't. But a lot of cleaners are still used like this today.
I mean,
they make them metal now.
It looks pretty darn good.
So yeah, I called the company for the screens, and got a hold of the guy that dealt with their old stuff, and so I bought brand. Well, you saw that on another video.
Yeah. We put. I don't even remember which video it was. This past winter, we put the new screens in.
Brand new screens in an 80-year-old cleaner, and they seem to work. So.
Well, so yeah, if you compare the clean grain to what's over here in the I would say it's doing a pretty good job.
I don't know what it's rated at. I suppose I'm doing probably could do 80 bushel an hour if you could run continuously. The biggest problem is we're not set up to run. We need to have an elevator taking it away.
Yeah.
If you had a semi on one end and a clean grain semi on the other, if I had two conveyors, so you could just let it run continuously, I could probably clean a semi in a day.
No, this is definitely a very crude setup, but it works. How many bushels is in one of these bags?
You can only get about 40 in.
How many bushels have you done? How many bushels we got to go? Well, obviously we don't have any more to go because we ran out. Or do we have another bin?
I sold a little bit this morning. That's funny. Last year everybody wanted it clean. This year nobody really wants it clean. They want it by the semi-load. So
Okay.
I'm just going to clean a few extra in case somebody wants them or for ourselves. And
Well, the stuff that we planted last fall, did we clean that?
no.
No.
Well, I think a lot of guys are just hiring the co-op to spread it on.
Okay.
So they don't care if it's clean or not. Like I said last year, when I tried to sell it, all they worried about was whether it was clean or not. So, and if they buy a whole semi-load, it's a lot cheaper. It's like a lot cheaper, almost half price, uncleaned.
So how much do we have left then for us? Enough to do some cover crop and stuff, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of maybes, no for sure yet. So.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Cool. Just kind of something not out of the usual we were doing today, and thought I'd bring you guys along. And
it's not super exciting, but
it's interesting.
Kind of neat knowing that my grandpa would have used this. Would have been state of the art.
So what I kind of explained it earlier. So basically, when they start coming up with seed traits, they patent them all.
Yeah, so you can't clean soybeans. So when I was young, the seeds were all developed by the universities, and then they were public traits.
Okay.
So you could buy the bags from the university, and if you wanted to, you could keep your own and clean it. My uncle, he had a seed business. He grew seed beans and hauled them, sort of cleaned them, and then sold them as bagged beans. I mean, 50-pound bags or 60-pound bags. Not this type of bag. Yeah, and then the major seed companies started getting involved in the 80s in soybean seed, and then Roundup came out. Now, yeah, I've even heard stories if they see a cleaner on that. There was a guy north of here, a plane saw a cleaner out in his yard, and he wasn't even growing. He wasn't going to grow them. He was just going to use them to throw in some bare areas to get something growing there.
Yep.
And Monsanto found out and fined him somehow. I don't know how in the world they found out. But.
No, I was saying earlier, if I title this, well, I think I'm going to title it, I'm sure Monsanto will be one of the first ones to view it.
It's rye.
It's rye.
So yeah, we were going to sell the seed cleaner after we got out of the non-GMO soybeans, but didn't hurt much in the back of the shed, and you never know when you might need it.
See, our belts are in pristine condition. That one kind of disintegrated when I touched it.
Still running. They got such a little bit of...
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's zero force on them whatsoever. All it really does is shake that table and run a fan.
Yeah, they've been like that. I bet we've cleaned a lot of bushels of beans with this. I mean, we cleaned beans for 20 years, I think. And there was a lot of years it was 1,000 and 2,000 bushels. So And it was never, the beans, it didn't do a great job, but it was good enough to get through the planter. So it's actually doing a better job on the rye than it did on the soybeans. But we didn't really get an owner's manual with it either.
So why is there this kind of clean rye pile?
Because I had the bag in the sack, and I thought the sack was still filling, and it backed up and slipped the belt up there, and it wouldn't restart, so I had to open up the bottom and dump the stuff out. Yeah, there's a little learning curve, because I never ran it before.
Always Kevin doing it?
So there was a small, very small learning curve. Other than knowing not to overload the top and making sure you don't, it's basically turn the switch on and fill the top.